It's time to get to work. Catch what it is I'm saying. This is the last episode for 2023. Love and peace to everybody that supports the channel. Subscribe, like, turn on your bell notifications. The power of solitude and why it matters. We're going to get into some topics. We're going to get into some topics of why solitude matters, because a lot of people look at solitude and they think solitude means you're alone. The conversation that I bring is solitude is not about being alone. It's being relentless, and it's being focused on the things that it is that you want to accomplish in life. We all have goals. Sometimes you got to go laser focus on what it is you want to do. When you have goals, when you have things that it is you want to get to, you got to be alone. You got to set your destination. It doesn't matter if it's a week goal, a month goal, 2-month goal, a yearly goal, a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal. You have to set your eyes and your vision, and you got to lock in relentlessly. Relentless. Right? Solitude. And like I like to tell people this, I'm going to give a couple different talking points of what solitude means for me. Midway through the year, 18 weeks, charity boxing, I had to be in solitude. Solitude and focus because you work a 9 to 5. Solitude and focus is that you're in a 2-day-a-week training camp, plus all the other additional training that goes into understanding what it is you want to do. You've heard me on past episodes talk about boxing is no joke. It's a different type of sweat. It's a different type of dedication. So there was times I had to lock in, relentlessly focused on the goal at hand. Traveling to the gym, traveling from work, traveling from doing other things, but not using extracurricular activities because I had to cut off the lens. I had to sit there in my loneliness, which is not a bad thing, to get things done. Being a content creator also too. So I really want this to be teachable to any man, woman, or child that's watching this. My age demographic reaches all the way from 13 to about 65, ladies and gentlemen. And I have a lot of women that actually tune into the content. So shout outs to you guys. In life, we have to understand we got to start practicing a thing called pace, right? And consistency. And that comes when you sit in a state of solitude. I had to reach out to my friends that I know they go out. They know they hang out. They got this going on. They got that going on. I told them 18 weeks, y'all not going to see me because I have goals. I got things that it is that I want to simply sit here and I want to accomplish along with the content creation, along with extending the networking mechanics, doing episodes, doing shows, having my timeline and having my agenda base. They all understood. But I'll tell you something. When you lock in to your goals, when you lock into your vision, when you get Malcolm X before he became Malcolm X, when you get Detroit Red, when you're sitting in the jail cell and you're reading every single book from front to back to where you go blind and you have to put on glasses and then you transform inside of Malcolm X, when you become Martin Luther King and you want to lead every man and woman and child and do the Million Man March, that's isolation. That's relentlessness. That's crushing your goals. That's leading a community. We all want to be leaders within ourselves. And I use those examples of people that are pivotal, impactful leaders in our past community. Could you imagine if we had Malcolm X, Martin Luther King in the digital world that we would be in? It'd be 2020 all over again, where we were marching in the streets for George Floyd. But I say this to say that because it's storytelling, right? You have to be locked in with what it is you want to do. And I'm going to tell you this, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to try to steer you off that course. You want to lock in for a week. Hey, you wanted to get to this. You wanted to do this. You have that goal you have to want to crush. You have that book you're wanting to read. You have that quiz that you're studying for. Sometimes you got to shut that off and live in solitude, because solitude is not a bad thing. The ones that poke fun, the ones that make fun of that you're in solitude, and hey, you can put that to the side. Oh, hey, come here with us. Or hey, come travel here with us. Go on a week vacation here. Because they don't have your best interests at heart. Those are the people you have to understand. You got to understand the people that are in your circle. Do you have the people that are going to clap for you when you take a win? And are they also going to be with you when you take an L? You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people will listen to content creators that sit in the art and the state of solitude. And they ask themselves a couple questions when we insert a mic in front of our face. Oh, he's brash. Oh, he's got that tonality. When you sit into your craft, when you sit into your goals, you become so tunnel vision that all other people are going to do is just simply sit here and poke fun. They're going to mock. They're going to jeer. They're going to say all of these different things because it's there to steer you off your course. Because they don't have what's inside, what you're built with, what you've been anointed with. Every time we wake up and our 2 feet hit the carpet, or it hits the hardwood floor, or it hits the tile floor, we're set to do a journey. It could be universal. You think about every man, every woman, and child that you meet. How do you simply sit here and lead an impact? You hear me speak about Malcolm X. You hear me speak about Martin Luther King. They led a community. I know a lot of people have their discrepancies when it comes down to their practicing and their beliefs, but the main mission was what? To lead. You have to ask yourself this question. How do you want to be a leader in this world? Is it all about the fame? When you're in solitude, is it all about how many clicks I can get? You have to ask yourself, what generational impact are you going to leave in this world? And heck, not everybody's meant to be in solitude. Some people are meant to just live a life of 9 to 5 and go home and do it all over again. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this is not for the people that want to do that. You see, what I learned going into the last year is you're going to have a lot of different people that are around you that are going to say whatever it is they want to say. But it's inside you to be humble. It's inside you to continue to keep pushing forward through your own pace, through your own dedicated channel, through your own dedicated way of how you want to live. They'll say whatever they want to say, but use that and understand no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You have an anointing that you were set on this world to do whatever it is you wanted to do. And they can talk to you however they want to talk to you. They can mock you for however they want to mock you. And guess what? It's okay. Because when you sit in your solitude, when you sit into your loneliness, like I mentioned, loneliness is not a bad thing. Any content creator I know, they sit in their loneliness. But they have a small group of people that check in. They could check in through text message. They could check in through voice note. They can check in through picking up the phone and calling. You want to know why? Because that's being the efficient master communicator. But they'll also hold you accountable too. You don't want yes men and you don't want yes women around you. That every time you walk and you look, it's like, yes, I'm doing this. Yes, do it. Sometimes in life, you need somebody that's going to hold you accountable and check you. Because you know what? It's for you in life to know better to do better. The ones that don't have accountability partners in their life, they find a discrepancy. It's simple corrections. Maybe you're going left, right, up and down. But in life, maybe all you have to do is just walk the straight path. And maybe you need that person say is, hey, what it is you're doing, I believe in what you're doing, but instead of making it overcomplicated, just walk the straight fine line. See, when I sit in my solitude, the right people check in with me. When I sit in my solitude, the right people network with me. The right people are reaching out. They're encouraging. They're checking in. They're making sure you're okay. They ask those questions when they get on the phone. Yo, haven't heard from you. You good? You get a reply back. You keep it moving. You keep the transformational conversations going, not the transactional. See, for 2024, when you sit into your focus and you sit into your channel and you sit into your lens, you need to make everything around you be transformational, not transactional, because we don't have time for that, right? My master thinkers, my master communicators, the ones that want to step up and evolve for 2024. It's not about setting that New Year's resolution and quitting on the 31st. It's about setting that New Year's resolution from January 1st all the way to December 31st. How do you live when you're in your solitude? How do you live when you're into doing what it is you want to do? How do you live and how do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered as somebody that had fame, or do you want to have that notoriety? Because notoriety is when people know your worth. Not just when they know your name, they know your worth. They know what you bring to the table. They know how you execute. They know how you stand up for your community. That's what matters. That's why sometimes you got to cut off certain things around you. That's why sometimes you got to simply sit here and you have to know how to push your own pace. It's not about the hurry come up. Play the long game. Golf tournaments are played 4 days, ladies and gentlemen. The pro golfers, the Masters, the US Open, the Players Championship. You'll play from Thursday to Sunday. They don't just play one hole, one round and say, hey, listen, we're done. We've won a championship. You gotta execute, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta know why you're in it to win it. Why it is that you step up and as you do what it is you say you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it. When you wake up, how do people remember you? How do your kids remember you? How does your wife? How does your girlfriend? How does your common law spouse? Whatever ethnicity you are. Whatever orientation of person it is that you want to date. If you want to date the same sex, you can do that. But lead by example. And how do you want to be remembered? It's not about the likes. It's not about how many comments I can get on a post. It's about how you are remembered. When people call your name out there, how do they simply sit here and they relate to you? Do they look and they whisper around the corner? Yeah, I can't trust him or her. He's sipping his own Kool-Aid. And a lot of people out here, they drinking their own Kool-Aid because they have the wrong people hyping them up. Sometimes you need people to tear you down to, guess what? Build you back up. But you know what that is? That shows heart. That shows will. That shows everything it is that you go through life. You want to be great? You sometimes got to do without. Sometimes you got to miss those nights out. Sometimes you got to miss those dinner reservations. Sometimes you got to miss those social gathering parties and live within your solitude. Live within your loneliness and start doing things for yourself and not necessarily needing the entourage. The 3 tips I'll tell you right now. Take yourself to a movie theater. Take yourself to a dinner. Take yourself to a vacation destination by yourself. Those are the 3 tips that I will give you to lead into 2024, because that's how you'll get to know about yourself. That's how you'll get to understand, hey, how do I want to be maneuvered in this world? Those are the 3 things. That's the value. And for 2024, ladies and gentlemen, I want every single man, woman, and child reach that one goal. It doesn't matter if you wanting to jog for a kilometer, or if you're wanting to run 10K or an ultra marathon, start from somewhere and practice what it is you're going to preach and stay within your guidelines. No matter what the dictators are going to say, no matter what the detractors are going to say, no matter who's going to simply sit here and not champion your evolution to life, because you owe it to yourself and how you want to be remembered. Let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen. All 2024. We out.